Welcome to this tutorial on the software GraphPad Prism. It is a statistical software which is very user-friendly. In this tutorial, I will guide you through simple descriptive statistics. By this I mean the minimum, the maximum, the mean, the standard deviation, the standard error of mean, the median, the percentiles, and confidence intervals of mean and confidence intervals of median. Let's start. So go to File and click on New and New Project File. Then for this descriptive statistical analysis, I will use the column option. So these are the different types of statistical tests that you can do, and also the different types of data types. This is very helpful because it guides you to the type of statistical test you want to do and the way that you need to input the data for the statistics to be done. So let's go to column and just then click on use sample data, and I will start with clicking this button, frequency distribution data and histogram. Now let's click create. And the great thing about GraphPad Prism is that when you click create, it creates a file for you with a sample data for the test. This gives you a guidance as to how to input your data for the analysis to be done. This is very useful. If you have used the other statistical programs, what you will find is that you get a data entering browser and you don't know quite how to put the data for the various tests. In this example, I have created a table for the ages of the patients who got referred with chronic subdural hematoma. The data are fictional, but I hope we can use this to do our descriptive statistics. So I have entered the data in this column, and then to analyze, I click on the Analyze button here. The Analyze Data panel pops out, and there for simple statistics you click on the column statistics option and then click OK. Then this gives you the type of tests that you want to do. So we want to do descriptive statistics, so I have already chosen minimum and maximum, the 25th and 70th percentile. Maybe I also want to know the 50th one as well. Let's put 50th centile as well. The mean, standard deviation, the standard error of the mean, the column sum, and if you want to look at the skewness, kurtosis, then you have additional options. I will just keep it to basics for the moment. And then for confidence interval of the mean, confidence interval of the median, and we will set our confidence level. So these are the tests, the simple descriptive statistics that we want to do in our data. So let's click OK. And when we clicked OK, then we get the results of our analysis. So let's look at the output. So the first row gives you the number of values we had in our data set. There were 10 entries. The minimum age was 56 in our fictional patients who were referred to us with chronic subdural. The maximum age was 93. The median was 78, and it also gives you the 25th centile, 75th centile, and the 50th centile. The mean was 77. So mean and median are not far away, so what you call, we could assume that it's a normal distribution, but for that you have to be sure that it's a normal distribution, you have to do a test for that, but I will leave that for the moment. So we now know the mean, then the standard deviation is 11.61, the standard error of mean 3.671, the confidence interval of the mean 95th percent confidence interval of the mean, the lower interval is 69.6 and the upper is 86.2. For median, once again, it gives you the lower and upper levels of the confidence limit. Now we have had the output of our statistical test. It will also be nice to have a graph that is of high quality, that could be used for publication. And it's very easy to create a graph using GraphPad Prism. For that, you just have to click this button which says graphs. When I click the button graphs, it automatically created a graph for me. Looking at this graph, it's not the most appropriate graph for the set of my data. It's easy to change, so you go and decide which graph family do you want. I want the column graph family, and I want the column histogram type graph. So here I have got the graph. I can it has given me a bar of standard deviation. I can change it to standard error of mean, or the 95% confidence interval, or mean with range. So it was also able to give you median, so we'll just stick to mean with standard error of mean. So let's say now I click OK, and the graph is produced. Now the graph, I can change its properties. Let's change the color. So let's say I wanted it to be red. Okay, and I click OK, and let's see what happens. There you go, it changed the color, and it has given a pattern. Let's say that I just want it to be solid, and let's see whether there's a better red. All good, that's better. And let's OK it again. You go, there you go, you got the red that you wanted. And then once again we can alter the titles as well. It's not difficult. I can hear you say, hey Naren, let's see how we change the title. So let me do it. So what you just do is just go and double click on the area of the title and just say age of patients referred with chronic subdural hematoma. Let's do a bit more tidying up. I think ages of patients with chronic subdural hematoma on the x-axis fine. We can take this one, and here we will just put years. Let's tidy it up. So you see how easy you can adjust your graph. Now you have the graph. You want to export it so that it could be submitted with your publication. And usually many journals require the image to be uploaded to them as a TIFF file or a EPS file, encapsulated PostScript file. So let's do that. Go to File and click on Export. just have a look at the other options that you have. You can send it to Keynote or you can send it to the PowerPoint as well. Well, I'll just stick to showing you how to export it for publication purposes. So let's click export, and here I get the panel for the type of format that. So let's say that we export it as a TIFF image. So I choose TIFF and then click export, and that brings up the TIFF file that we had exported. Then let's preview. Let's view it in preview. There you go. So there we see the publication quality graph that we have exported in TIFF format. So let's review what we have learned in this tutorial. So in this tutorial, we first of all looked how we open a GraphPad file and how we choose what type of statistics test that we are going to do, so that the browser that opens guides us to enter the data in the way that we should enter for the test to be done. We entered the data, we analyzed the data, we understood the output of the analysis, we created a graph, we then edited the graph, and then we exported the graph into TIFF format. So I hope this tutorial serves at least two purposes. One is to show you that how to do descriptive statistics in GraphPad Prism, gives an overview of how to use GraphPad, and more importantly, that inspires confidence in you that GraphPad Prism is a software that is user friendly. So thank you very much, and wishing you a good day.